Welcome back. My name is Tanner, and if you're new here, I'm your typical CPA who's striving to live a healthy and balanced lifestyle while working in public accounting. So I'm here to talk about what seems like the impossible question of how do you survive busy season? Sure, chocolate and coffee might help, but I want to take the time to talk deeper on how you can come out of busy season healthier, both physically and mentally. In my last video, I outlined 4 tips for living a happier and healthier life during busy season. So in this video here, I'm going to talk about tip number 1 of planning ahead to increase productivity. The reason this tip is so important is because time is such a scarce resource during busy season. If you've gone through multiple busy seasons, such as myself, you know there aren't that many moments where you have time to stop and regroup. With everything coming at you at 100 miles an hour during busy season, the little time savers make a big difference. The objective is to work smarter and not harder, as our goal is to get the highest return on our investment of physical, emotional, and mental energy. So that leads to the next question of how do you increase your time efficiency and productivity? And the answer is through strategic planning. Working from a daily plan not only gives you the confidence of knowing which tasks are the highest priority, but also creates a measurable list to follow your tasks throughout the day. The key is to tackle your highest priority items first in the day, when your brain power is at its strongest point. The odds are that without a plan, people often finish their workday slightly confused and unsatisfied as to what they accomplished throughout the day. With that, I'm going to highlight the key items I'm strategically planning throughout the duration of busy season, starting with a daily to-do list. What you do the evening or night before matters just as much as what you do in the morning in the form of creating a to-do list for the day. The method in which you plan out your next day doesn't matter too much. You can use your calendar to block off time in your schedule for the next day, or you can create an actual to-do list. Finish each day by writing the 5 most important things you want to get done tomorrow, and start each day by working on those 5 things. You can also schedule those 5 things on your calendar. It doesn't matter how you track them as long as they're getting done. We have a limited supply of willpower each day, so with each decision we make, that willpower gets depleted. By planning your day the night before, you're reducing your decision fatigue and preserving your willpower for your deepest and most meaningful work. If you plan your day the night before, you'll be amazed at how much your overall productivity skyrockets. If you have no clarity about what it is you're trying to get done on any given day, you'll be busy but not productive. If you plan your days the night before, you'll not only get more work done in less time, but you'll actually have better flow throughout your day. The next thing to strategically plan out, and this I do before business season even starts, are my workouts. For me personally, the best way for me to clear my mind and stay focused on myself is to get a daily morning workouts throughout busy season. If you saw my video on the importance of a daily routine, you'll know that my morning does not change whether I'm in busy season or just a normal morning during the summer. I'm up before 5 a.m. each morning, and what I'm set to do for that morning is planned out well in advance for my morning mobility work with Ramwad and my full workout. The most valuable time for me to take on my personal goals during busy season are the mornings. Every December, I'll spend a few hours to plan out my daily morning workouts from January through April. Usually I'll slot into my workout schedule to plan races, aka my goals, that I have over the course of busy season, and work backwards from there to design workouts to set myself up for success. So for example, if your goal is to run your first 5K or half marathon at the end of busy season, you want to ensure that you're scheduling your runs, working your way backwards. If you're currently considering a goal of this nature and have no idea where to start to planning out a safe running schedule, then I highly recommend you check out a book called 80-20 Running by Matt Fitzpatrick. I read this book a couple of years ago and it's been a complete game changer for me, as I've been able to race and train injury-free for years now by following the concepts of this book. Early on when I started running, I often tried to do too much too quickly, and it only led to injuries, as I felt the need for every run to be a PR, which was a huge mistake. Matt Fitzpatrick does a great job of outlining and explaining the safe concept of performing 80% of your runs at lower intensity and 20% of your runs at high intensity. This book also includes running plans for various goals distances ranging from a 5K to a marathon. For me personally, I'm focused on getting more efficient and faster in the half marathon distance. So all of my runs are focused on his outlined plan for this distance. And I've also imported all of his running workouts into Excel to make it even quicker and easier for me to import his outlined running schedule into this plan that I have. I'll leave a few links in my description below if you're interested in getting this book for yourself, either by paperback or audiobook. The paperback is only about $13, and you can get the audiobook for free with a free trial with Amazon Audible. I'm a big fan of Amazon Audible, as you get 1 free book every single month with your membership. Plus, I don't have a lot of time to sit down and read, so I often listen to these audiobooks on my runs or during my workouts, including 80-20 running. And now, the last major thing I strategically plan for during busy season are my meals. Very similar to my workouts, I'll plan out my meals well out in advance. As I'll cover in one of my later videos, one of the tips I have to living a happier and healthier busy season is to minimize the ordering out you do. Not only is ordering every meal out not the healthiest of choices, but also can be very time consuming if you're waiting to order your food every single day until you're hungry. If you're having a bad day during busy season, you can make it a lot worse by ordering some greasy food. You might feel better for the 5 minutes that you're actually eating it, but afterwards you'll fall even harder in terms of your health and your energy levels. What I did last year was utilize a meal prep ordering service. With this, I ordered a week's worth of meals ahead of time by planning out what I'll eat for each day for lunch and dinner, as you can see in the schedule here. The reason you'll see these prices in here is that I often order some of my food for dinner through an a la carte option, where I can mix and match my food together for more options. Based on my firm's expense policy, I was able to expense and get reimbursed for these overtime much healthier dinners that I consumed at the office or the client site. So there was a reason why I track these expenses for these dinners so closely via the weekly receipt of my meal prep orders. To make this even easier for myself, I actually took the company's entire menu and prices and put it into this workbook to make it even quicker and easier for me to track my daily dinner expenses to have them reimbursed. Now, before you go and try and expense in your own meals through a meal prep service, I highly recommend that you read your own firm's expense policy. Every firm is different, and there's likely to be updates this year, given that so many of us will be working from home this busy season. There are more items, but these are the key items that I'm strategically planning every busy season in order to save me time. For yourself, what you need to do is think about what you can strategically plan out between now and January 1st that will save you time come busy season. To sum up, through strategic planning, you can make a lot of time during busy season to tackle your personal goals. One thing that I always like to remember is that a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. Broken down into steps becomes a plan. Backed by actions becomes a reality. But to conclude here, if you found this video helpful, please consider sharing it and hitting the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to ensure you catch my next video. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.